Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those of you who are new, welcome, and it's great to have you here. For those of you who have waited around 2 years for a new upload, welcome also, you are the OGs, thank you for sticking around. So today's video is all about Rolex. About 25 minutes ago, I received a call from my local Rolex Authorised dealer, basically telling me that they had a watch coming in stock that I had been on a waiting list for. Immediately, obviously without thinking, I have accepted to buy the watch. You just don't say no when the AD calls, especially if it's for a model that's relatively sought after. So I will be going to collect that watch in around about 2 weeks. For those of you who don't know, I love watches. I'm an avid collector. I'm an enthusiast. I love majority of the brands that are out there, from Tag Heuer, which I've got on at the moment, to Omega, but then also to your higher end luxury watches like Rolex, Patek, Audemars Piguet. They're well out of my price range, but I still love watching videos on them nevertheless. And that was really the whole point of this video, because there are so many people out there who love to watch videos on these watches. I thought it might help somebody who's maybe thinking about pulling the trigger on the first luxury watch, either with their AD or in the secondary market. And I understand that this watch that I have purchased is quite sought after. It isn't one that you can just walk into the store and buy. You do need to register an interest and hope that that mystical call from the authorized dealer does happen one day. Now, I'm not naive in thinking it's the rarest of watches. It is a Datejust, so they are accessible. You're not going to be on a waiting list for years and years. However, this particular model with the fluted bezel, the blue sunburst dial and the Jubilee bracelet is extremely sought after at the moment. This is mainly down to the hype of the sports models with the blue dial just going through the roof and the value of those shooting up. And I think that's where the market has started to shift. They've sort of realized, well, these sports models are completely unobtainable. What's the next best? And I would probably say the model that I'm getting, hopefully in 2 weeks' time, is that model. When I spoke to the AD, explained that I was after the Datejust in that setting, they basically said they would do their best to meet my needs with that watch. However, there is going to be a little bit of a wait time. However, that wait time is now over, so I can just forget about that. I'm looking forward to going to collect this watch in 2 weeks, and I'm going to bring you guys along with me to show you the process. So it is just a click and collect service, which is such a shame because I wanted my first experience to be the full AD experience with the champagne and everything, but unfortunately, it's just not going to be like that. However, this video is all about the watch. Enough of my talking. I'm going to bring you guys with me. Let's go get the watch and then get some amazing shots of this beautiful timepiece. I will see you guys in 2 weeks. Good morning, everybody. The day has finally come. The day to finally collect my Rolex Datejust from the authorized dealer. So today I'm going to be visiting the AD to go collect the watch with my dad, as it is almost 6 years ago since we went together to go and collect the Tag Heuer watch. So I thought it'd be special to just go with my dad today, as it's a little bit of a tradition to go watch collect together. He's also got his tag on. Tag check. Me too. So yeah, this one is a little bit of a step up, heading into the Rolex category, but it is something that I've been looking forward to. I've been on this waiting list for about a year now. So yeah, just really excited. The day's finally here. Let's get ourselves to the AD and let's go collect that watch. So we made our way into York to go and collect the watch. As you can see, it wasn't the most beautiful of days. There was a bit of a grey sky cover, but that wasn't going to impact the day that we were having to go and collect this watch. It was a little bit eerie walking through the streets of York prior to the collection, as everything obviously is closed due to the national lockdown. We were lucky enough to be able to pick this watch up under a click and collect basis only. But wow, look at the streets, everything closed, nobody wandering around shopping, nobody going about their business. Very, very eerie. But today it's all about that beauty. I mean, what can you say? Look at that. That is absolutely gorgeous. It completely blew my mind when they revealed it to me. It exceeded all of my expectations visually. The blue dial against the Jubilee bracelet and the fluted bezel. I personally feel it all just works in perfect harmony, making the perfect Datejust. Leave a comment below if you have a personal preference of which is your favourite, but for me, I think I've hit the nail on the head. You're not going to get better than this. That's just a quick shot of it next to my tag, which is actually only 2mm bigger, but you can see how much bigger it looks than the Datejust. So now it's time to try the watch on for the first time, get it sized up, and wow, look at that, guys. Personally, I don't think I could have picked a better Datejust. I really don't. I absolutely loved it. So they went away to get it sized up. And then we just took a quick look in the window of the Authorised Dealer. As you can see, there was a two-tone Wimbledon there, which absolutely shocked me. When I spoke to the salesman, he also said usually that wouldn't make it to the window, but because of the lockdown, they are able to put a few more models in the window for people to see. So we collected the watch, and firstly I want to shout out a massive thank you to Mappin and Webb and to the Authorised Dealer who handled my sale. I'm not going to say names, keep things private, but a massive thank you for making the experience what it was in the lockdown. They bought me a bottle of Moe as a celebration for my first Rolex piece and went well above and beyond. So this is the unboxing of the watch. You guys will know this watch box back to front probably better than I do. It's absolutely stunningly presented, and we're just going to go through the unboxing of that now. So first, the receipt. That's just a proof of payment from Mappin and Webb. Remove the protective film, and then we're presented with the beautiful green Rolex box. This is a moment what I've dreamed of. I've always wanted to own the Rolex. And boom, look at that, guys. Sat there in all its glory, absolutely beautiful. So there's the swing tag, which obviously has the serial number of the watch on, the certification badge from Rolex, and then the additional links which I had removed. In the hidden pouch of the box, we've got the new warranty card from Rolex. This gives you a 5-year international guarantee. And then also, because I've purchased the watch through the Watches of Switzerland group Mappin and Webb, they will then honour a further 5 years after the Rolex warranty has expired. So this watch will have a 10-year warranty, which personally I found that was amazing. I didn't know that I was going to be getting that before collecting the watch. They presented that card to me on the day. But yes, so that means that this watch does have a 10-year warranty, which just shows how much they guarantee that this piece will remain intact and functioning properly throughout its whole life. And onto the watch. I personally love how the blue reflects in different shades. You tilt it towards the light, it goes to a light blue. You tilt it back towards the darker areas of the room, it goes almost to black, which again, Rolex have done an absolute amazing job with. And then our first wrist roll. What do you guys think? Does it suit my wrist? Have I picked the right choice? A quick close-up of the dial. And I love how the bezel shimmers with the light. Some quick outside shots so you can see it in a different setting. Amazing. And then finally, a loom shot. As you can see, it wasn't really that dark where I was filming, but the loom stands out perfectly, much better than the tag loom that I have. This literally kicks in pretty much straight away. There's no sort of fading on any of the loom. It all sits perfectly, and you can see exactly where the hands and dials are. And that is the unboxing, guys. If you would like me to do a further video, I'd be more than happy to. As mentioned, this is the Datejust 41 reference 126334. It's the first Rolex in my collection, hopefully not the last, but wow, what an experience. Massive thank you to Mappin and Webb. I know authorised dealers get a lot of stick online. However, my experience with Mappin and Webb have been fantastic. They've been open and honest about the type of watches I would be able to obtain within a certain time frame. They've managed to get me this Datejust that I wanted, and they made the experience as good as it could be throughout the lockdown for me. I've had a really tough year, so this was a moment that I will cherish, and it has brought me some joy in what has been personally very tough. So thank you very much to all of the team there for being able to sort this for me. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I'll be more than happy to do another video on my tag or on this watch in itself. And leave a comment if you have any preferences for any other videos.